If you're over 60 and feel that your energy isn't what it used to be, if your performance in the bedroom is no longer as powerful as it once was, and you worry that your best moments are behind you, stop for a moment. What I'm about to reveal could change everything. 3 common nuts, foods you've seen 1,000 times at the grocery store, could be the secret to getting your vitality back, restoring your vigor, and improving your blood circulation in a way you haven't felt in decades. No expensive prescriptions, no complicated supplements, just real, natural food that fights the effects of time. The truth is, getting older doesn't mean settling for a lower quality of life. It means being smarter about how you fuel your body, giving it exactly what it needs to run like a well-tuned engine. Most men have no idea that these 3 specific nuts can dramatically improve circulation, strengthen erections, and balance hormone levels, all working in perfect harmony with your natural biology, not against it. In this guide, I'll reveal exactly how these foods work, why they're so much more effective when you combine them, the single biggest mistake older men make that completely sabotages their results, and the simple daily routine that could help you feel like the best version of yourself again. If you find this information valuable, type yes in the comments. If not, type NO. Your feedback helps me create content that truly supports your health and vitality. Now, let's start with the first powerhouse nut that no man over 60 should ignore. This food plays a key role in restoring blood flow, boosting circulation, and building the foundation for stronger, longer-lasting performance. First nut, walnuts, the circulation powerhouse. I vividly remember a patient, let's call him Tom, who came into my office looking completely down and out. He confessed that he felt like his body had just given up on him. He wanted to be intimate with his wife, but things just weren't working like they used to. I hear this concern far more often than you might think, and in his case, like so many others, the root problem wasn't a lack of desire, it was poor blood circulation. That's why the first food we need to talk about is the incredible walnut. It might look like a simple snack, but it's one of the most powerful things you can eat to get your circulation back on track. If your circulatory system isn't working right, everything else starts to crumble. Erections, energy, mental clarity, it all starts and ends with healthy blood flow. Walnuts are packed with arginine, an amino acid that helps your body produce nitric oxide. Think of nitric oxide as the compound that tells your blood vessels to relax and open up, allowing blood to flow freely through your entire system. When you were younger, your body made plenty of it, but after 60, those levels drop off a cliff. This is where walnuts come in. They help restore that vital function, keeping your blood vessels open, flexible, and responsive. On top of that, they contain high-quality omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation and improve cardiovascular health, 2 things that are critical for any man who wants to perform at his best. I've had patients tell me that after adding just a small handful of walnuts to their routine each night, their energy came roaring back in a couple of weeks. They started waking up with stronger morning erections, felt sharper mentally, and had more physical stamina throughout the day. It's not magic, it's just your body working the way it was designed to, once you give it the right fuel. The beauty of walnuts is their simplicity. No complicated pills, no expensive copays, just a natural tool your body knows exactly what to do with. If you've been feeling sluggish, if your erections haven't been as firm as you'd like, or if your sex drive has taken a nosedive, this one simple change could start to turn things around. But walnuts are only part of the equation. The next nut we're going to cover doesn't just improve blood flow, it directly targets the strength and endurance of erections in a way that's been backed by solid clinical research. If you're still with me and this is hitting home, type yes in the comments so I know this message is reaching the men who need to hear it. Second nut, pistachios, the natural performance booster. A few years ago, I had a patient, a 72-year-old guy named Bill. He was in good health overall, but he was quietly frustrated. He told me that in his mind, he was ready to go, but physically, his body just wasn't getting the message. He tried the little blue pill, but it left him feeling awful, dizzy, face flushed, and frankly, embarrassed by the side effects. He wanted a natural solution, something that would work with his body, not against it. That's when I introduced him to the power of pistachios. Most people think of pistachios as just a bowl of snacks to put out at a party, but they are one of the few foods clinically shown to improve erectile function naturally and sustainably. In fact, in a fascinating clinical study published in a major men's health journal, men who added pistachios to their daily diet for just 3 weeks saw significant improvements in erection firmness, duration, and overall sexual satisfaction. No artificial drugs, no gimmicks, just real food delivering real, measurable results. Like walnuts, pistachios contain high levels of arginine, which boosts nitric oxide production. This means better blood flow right where you need it most. But what makes pistachios special is their unique blend of powerful antioxidants, healthy fats, and natural plant sterols. These nutrients work together to strengthen vascular health, reduce inflammation, and even help lower bad cholesterol. It all adds up to one thing: better performance in the bedroom, with more confidence and a lot less frustration. When my patient, Bill, started adding a small handful of pistachios to his day, usually as an afternoon snack, he saw a real difference in just 2 weeks. He had stronger morning erections, more spontaneous desire, and best of all, the reassuring feeling that his body was finally back on his team. He told me it was like a switch had been flipped, like his whole system had woken up after being dormant for years. If you felt disconnected from your body, or if performance anxiety has started to creep in, pistachios could be the quiet, powerful solution you've been overlooking. They're affordable, easy to find at any grocery store, and surprisingly effective. But what if I told you there's one more nut that doesn't just improve blood flow or strengthen erections, but actually works to balance your hormones from the inside out? It's a true game-changer for testosterone, energy, and even prostate health. This next one might be the most important of all. Third nut, Brazil nuts, the hormone balancer. Let me tell you about Robert, a sharp 66-year-old guy, physically active and still deeply in love with his wife after decades of marriage. But something was off. He explained with frustration that he just didn't feel like himself anymore. His drive was gone, he'd lost interest in intimacy, and he felt like his body was slowly shutting down, no matter how hard he tried to fight it. He was doing everything right, walking every day, eating a clean diet, but something deeper was out of whack. That's when I asked him a specific question: what about selenium? He gave me a blank stare, like most men who have never heard of this vital mineral. And that's where Brazil nuts come in. These aren't your average snack. Brazil nuts are absolutely packed with selenium, one of the most powerful and most overlooked minerals for men's health. Eating just 1 or 2 of these a day can dramatically boost your body's natural testosterone production, improve sperm quality, and even help protect your prostate. The problem is, your body can't make selenium on its own, you have to get it from your diet. And as you get older, this mineral becomes even more critical for maintaining your masculine vitality. When Robert started eating just 1 Brazil nut every morning, the changes were gradual but consistent. First, he noticed his mood improved. The mental fog lifted, and he had more drive to get things done. But by the end of the first month, he noticed something even more profound: his libido was back. He wasn't forcing it, it was a natural reawakening, as if his body had just been waiting for the nutritional green light to feel like a man again. The beauty of Brazil nuts is their simplicity. You don't need a huge handful, in fact, too much can be a bad thing. But that one daily nut acts as a kind of hormonal insurance policy, keeping your testosterone at healthy levels, your energy steady, and your performance primed. If you've felt your inner fire start to dim, if you're tired for no reason, or if your desire has vanished, this tiny nut could be the silent hormonal reset your body has been waiting for. Now, what happens when you combine all 3 of these powerhouse nuts, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts, into one simple daily routine? The answer might surprise you, because it's not just about adding up the benefits. They work together synergistically, amplifying each other's effects in a powerful way. Why these 3 nuts work better together? Here's a fundamental truth I've learned after decades in practice: the human body doesn't thrive on one-off solutions. It works best through synergy, when all the right parts are working together in harmony. That's exactly what happens when you make walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts a consistent part of your daily routine. On their own, each one is great. But when you combine them, they create something truly remarkable. They support and build on each other in a way you can actually feel. Let me share one more story. A 71-year-old patient had been a classic hit-or-miss guy. He'd try pistachios for a few weeks, then forget about them. Months later, he'd read an article about walnuts and eat them sporadically. His approach was completely random, with no real commitment. He came to me frustrated, saying he'd tried all that stuff but nothing really changed. I gave him a challenge: don't just eat them occasionally. Commit to all 3, every single day, for 21 days straight. No exceptions. What happened after those 3 weeks was incredible. He came back to my office and told me, with genuine astonishment, that he had way more energy in the morning, he felt lighter and more alive, and his wife had noticed he was much more present and engaged in their relationship. That word, present, stuck with me, because that's what this combination gives you. It's not just about physical improvements, it's a renewed sense of being fully alive and vibrant in your own skin again. Walnuts open up the highways for your blood flow, supporting your heart, brain, and erections. Pistachios build on that foundation, specifically improving the quality and staying power of your erections. Brazil nuts work behind the scenes to tune up your hormonal engine, giving you that metabolic edge from the inside out. It's a comprehensive approach that tackles the 3 biggest challenges men face after 60: poor circulation, declining performance, and low drive. And the best part? It doesn't require a massive lifestyle overhaul. It's literally a 5-minute daily habit with life-changing potential. But even the best plan can be derailed by one common mistake, something I see all the time that can cancel out all your hard work before you even realize it. The mistake most men make. One of the hardest parts of my job isn't identifying physical problems. It's helping men see that, on some level, they've quietly given up. Not in a big, dramatic way, but slowly, bit by bit, over time. It usually starts with a shrug. A passive acceptance of a little less energy, a little less drive, maybe a few awkward or frustrating moments in the bedroom. Instead of asking why it's happening or looking for solutions, most men just write it off with a defeatist thought: well, I guess this is just getting old. That mindset, that quiet resignation, is the most devastating mistake I see. It's not your biology that's holding you back the most, it's what you're not doing in response to the changes. Passively waiting, ignoring the signs, assuming nothing can be done, that's what systematically robs you of your vitality. Age itself isn't the enemy. I remember talking with a 69-year-old retired guy who still had a great sense of humor, but there was a real heaviness to him when he admitted he'd just accepted this decline as his new reality. That broke my heart, because I knew it didn't have to be true. He didn't need a medical miracle or a time machine. He just needed a small but powerful shift in his mindset, a willingness to stop writing himself off as a lost cause. I encouraged him to do one simple thing: start again. Start with the nuts. Start taking his daily walks again. Start believing that progress was still possible for him. Within a few weeks, the man who thought he was fading away started to feel like himself again, sharper, more alive, and more connected to his own body. The mistake isn't aging. The mistake is assuming that aging means surrender. It doesn't have to, especially when you stay curious, take consistent action, and give your body the fuel it needs to thrive. Your daily vitality routine. I've had countless men come into my office completely overwhelmed by all the conflicting health advice out there. Bottles of supplements cluttering their countertops, half-read diet books collecting dust, advice coming from friends, doctors, and the internet, all pulling them in different directions. My message is always the same: real, lasting change doesn't come from doing more things. It comes from doing the right things, consistently. That's why I designed this routine to be incredibly simple, sustainable, and effective. It doesn't require a pricey gym membership, a complicated meal plan, or a dozen different pills. All it takes is a few intentional choices, every single day, that work together to rebuild what time has tried to take away. 1. Morning, right after you wake up, eat one Brazil nut. Just one. It's tiny, easy to remember, and it delivers that powerful dose of selenium to kickstart your testosterone production and protect your prostate. Many of my patients keep a small jar right on their bathroom counter. They have one right after brushing their teeth. No excuses, no forgetting. 2. Midday, especially for that afternoon slump, have a moderate handful of unsalted pistachios. They'll help stabilize your blood sugar, improve circulation, and give your body the building blocks for strong erections. Plus, they're a great, satisfying snack to get you through the day. 3. Evening, about an hour before bed, eat a small handful of fresh walnuts. This helps with overnight circulatory repair, reduces inflammation, and preps your body for deep, restorative sleep. Think of it as putting premium fuel in the tank while your body's in the garage for the night. That's it. 3 small, powerful steps, repeated daily. I have seen these simple choices radically transform the lives of men who truly believed their best years were behind them. They got their energy back, their confidence back, and their intimacy back, not by chasing some impossible ideal, but by honoring their bodies with the right fuel at the right time. If you've made it this far, I want to talk to you directly, not as a clinician, but as someone who has listened to hundreds of men just like you. Men who felt their strength fading, their energy draining, and their confidence slipping away. Men who have loved, worked hard, and provided for their families, only to find themselves wondering where the most vibrant version of themselves went. That question is far more common than you think, and asking it isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you still care. It's a sign that you still want to feel alive, desired, strong, and fully present in your own life. The truth is, you can get that vitality back. You now know about 3 simple but powerful foods: walnuts to open up your circulation, pistachios to bring power back to your performance, and Brazil nuts to restore your hormonal balance. Separately, they each make a difference. But together, they work in perfect harmony to support your heart, your hormones, and your whole sense of manhood. That's not hype, it's biology. It's how your body is designed to work when you stop fighting it and start nourishing it. The key now is consistency. 1 Brazil nut in the morning, a handful of pistachios in the afternoon, a few walnuts at night. These aren't just snacks, they are powerful daily declarations that say, I'm not done. I've still got a lot left in the tank, and I deserve to feel strong and vital in my own body. Because the real transformation isn't just how you feel physically. It's in how you start to carry yourself again, standing taller, more engaged, and more deeply connected to the people you love. I've seen it happen too many times to doubt it. I've seen the spark come back. I've seen shoulders straighten, smiles return, and relationships deepen, not because of some magic pill, but because a man made a choice to believe that his life wasn't over just because the calendar said he was over 60. If this message resonated with you, if even a small part of it spoke to that part of you that's been quiet for too long, I invite you to start today. Small, consistent steps. Fuel your body. Reclaim your strength. Remind yourself, and the world, that your best years aren't behind you. In fact, they might just be getting started. You still have time. You still have power. And you still have an extraordinary version of yourself that is absolutely worth fighting for.